Thank you for coming to our 7th birthday party.
Hey!
Since I was with my grandson, who is 7, on a Saturday taking around London Zoo, let me tell you what the characteristics of a 7-year-old are. Lots of energy, lots of questions, and never stops talking. I hope 1080 exhibits at least 2 of those qualities. The second thing I should say, this is obviously a big speech, but not the big speech, because the big speech is a week on Saturday for my daughter Hannah's wedding. Now, I don't think Joan's here, I'm sure Hannah's in the room. It's one of those speeches I've had lots of unsolicited feedback in terms of what I can and can't say. I'm going to start that speech with this line. When your 13-year-old daughter comes back on a Sunday morning, having had a sleepover with a friend, and says, when the police arrive, it does get your attention. So just for a few minutes, when the police arrive, can I have your attention? As always, it's the occasion to say thank you. Without you, the corporate sponsors, there would be no 1080, so thank you. We're also blessed in having some superb partners. I see Jess is here, and from Fuel 50. Without you, we could not work, Heidi and Jess, and Anne still hasn't arrived yet. So we have great partners. For a relatively small business, I counted up, last year we delivered in 14 countries. 14 countries. And again, without our partners and the Global Outplacement Alliance, we couldn't do that. So I want to thank our partners. Of course, we couldn't do the delivery we do without our associates. And I'm delighted that Claire Endicott's here tonight. Is David Black here tonight? And I invited them because of the feedback they got from our clients. We get the opportunity to work with people and change lives. I thank you for that privilege. Which leads me to the organisation that we're going to partner this year with Barnardo's. And we think we've got shared values because we like maximising people's potential. And Barnardo's, as a charity, its #1 focus is helping young people maximise their potential. Debbie, tell us about Barnardo's.
Thank you very much, Michael. Sorry, I am shouting because I was told to shout.
Keep shouting.
I will keep shouting. And I should also say, my fantastic coach is here today, which makes me very nervous. It's a bit like being at school and delivering something in front of like your drama teacher or something. So anyway, I'll try to do her proud. First of all, thank you very, very much to 1080 for partnering with us today. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about Barnardo's and what we do. So Barnardo's, hopefully a lot of you have heard of us, but you might not really know what we do. We're really proud of what we've achieved in that time. But the world today is really different from the way it was when Thomas Barnardo founded us just a little bit north of here in East London 153 years ago. We live in obviously a really complex society in the UK today. And Barnardo's works at the really hard end of it. So last year we supported 301,000 children, young people, parents and carers across the UK. These are some of the very most vulnerable people in our society. These are kids who have been sexually abused, kids who have been in the care system, kids who don't have a mum and dad at home who are able to take care of them, and young people who are really struggling to find work, to get qualifications. And unfortunately, some of them are the kids you read about in the news, perhaps having been forced into things like drugs trafficking and carrying knives, really tragic outcomes. So our job is to believe in children and believe that they can do better, and that's what we do. But we wouldn't be able to do any of that without our supporters. So people like 1080 who help us to work with our leaders to make them recognise their own potential so that they can deliver the very best for the young people across the UK. And also corporate partners, including maybe some in the room whose staff work with us to raise money, who partner with us to deliver projects. We can never do this work alone, so we're really, really grateful for our partners and our friends. I could talk for hours about the work we do at Barnardo's, but I don't want to stop people from getting their drinks and their canapes and their networking. So I'm just going to end with one story about what we do. So on Monday, I was in one of our schools in an area of just south of London, which looks to the outside like quite a good area, quite well off, you know, nice houses. But underneath all that are a lot of challenges. And I met a young boy called Jamie in that school. He'd been excluded from 4 different schools before he got there, age 10. He'd had 7 different foster homes. And the staff told me that when Jamie arrived, he didn't communicate with words. He communicated with 1 or sometimes 2 finger. And that was what Jamie did. But when I met Jamie, Jamie was great. He looked me in the eye, he shook hands with me, he told me he was really happy because his football team had just won on Saturday, and he's even started to enjoy maths. And kids like Jamie, you know, unfortunately, lots of people think they're going to end up as a statistic on the news or in the papers, you know, on welfare, probably committing crimes, maybe in prison, and they might have their own kids who are going to repeat that cycle. And what we do at Barnardo's with our partners is we believe in kids like Jamie, and there are thousands of them, unfortunately, across the UK who need our help, and we believe in them and we help them to build a brighter future. So thank you very much for your help. I think some of our leaflets are out there if you want to know any more. And thank you again for choosing Barnardo's tonight.
Thank you. And first rule of economics, nothing is for free. Nothing is for free. So what we want to do tonight, I want to raise £1,000 for Barnardo's. So I'm going to, with the bucket split, going around the room, because I want you to make a donation of £10 per ticket to win this magnum of champagne. I'm sure we can do that. We can do that, can't we? Yes! My final thank you. I couldn't do what I do without the help of my fantastic team. So, Liz, Shannon, Rose, Trevor, Nigel, Joan, Hannah, Jill, Claire. Have I got everybody? You know who you are. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Because you know what? As a career coach, I love what I do. But I would do it whether I got paid or not. And these people give me the privilege of being able to do that. So that's my final thank you. Now, those of you who've been here before, and some have been on this journey, will know what we do next. It's a birthday party. So, as well as the party bags that you take with you, we have a birthday cake, and we sing Happy Birthday! Happy birthday to